Hello.
Good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, M.I.A. is here.
Don't.
Why?
Don't.
I'm from foggy London
She
town.
doesn't want
It's
that.
so
London's
bad.
not foggy anymore.
Never?
The climate's changed.
Oh, that's scary.
It's like the Caribbean down there.
It's gorgeous now.
It is. It's like people walk around in bikinis all day long. It's nice.
M.I.A. is dropping a new album called
Matangi.
What is that?
It's called
Do you have to make the sound afterwards?
Yes. Matangi.
Oh, okay.
What does Matangi
Sometimes they
mean?
go, and then it's sort of stuck. Yeah.
What is Matangi?
Yeah, what is Matangi?
Matangi is the Hindu goddess of music and rap.
And rap.
Yes, in Hinduism, we had a goddess of spoken word,
Really?
aka rap.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
Are you saying that Hinduism is responsible for Def Poetry Jam?
I think somewhere
I knew it.
there was a
Wow.
reincarnated spirit that appeared during the Def Jam poetry.
Like most
Right?
deaf. Like most deaf
Yes,
is actually a reincarnated.
sprinkled some poetry dust on everyone, and voila,
Here we
you had
are.
rap music.
Oh my God, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Never knew that. I'm so happy you came by and told us that.
Okay, so where do we start, Ciph?
I don't know.
Ebro wanted to ask a few important things. Hold on. Ebro's information was all based in 3 years ago, so let me
Okay.
start with that.
All right.
Yes.
I mean, what were you thinking at the Super Bowl? You crazy
oh
lady.
my God, I have the best story about the Super
Perfect.
Bowl.
Please
Perfect.
share.
All right, so John Triggerfinger at the NBC, who missed my finger. I think there was supposed to be a 7-second broadcast delay when it went out live. So it was my finger versus John's finger, and John missed my finger. Right?
But did you work it out? Did you tell him you were going to give the middle finger?
No, but
He just missed it.
he missed it, even though there was a 7-second space between
Right.
when
What
it
were you
happened and
doing,
when he
John?
was supposed
Yeah,
to.
he wasn't paying attention. He wasn't
mute it.
focused.
Exactly. So then I'm going through this court case, but it's all about me and John, right?
Whose finger is to blame?
Yes,
Right.
whose finger is the
It's
fastest
his.
or to blame is the question. And then last night, John was the trigger guy on
No,
YouTube
again.
Awards
What?
with the 7 seconds delay. And it was great. I got to meet John, and we took like family photos, and I met like his kids and wife and everything. And we became friends. But it was really
And he's at the center of your whole trial over.
well, I mean, not really, because people haven't addressed that it was like a battle of the fingers, but it was John and me. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
When it came to, because by the time John censored it, it was too late. Remember during that Super Bowl, everything went black, and there was like some dropout of
Yeah.
images, and then there was a glitch, and then there was half of it was blurred, but it was the wrong bit. That was John.
John had a rough day.
John had a
Yeah.
rough day that day, so I felt really, really,
John
he was
blacked
nice.
out the Super Bowl?
He did.
He was partially responsible
30
for...
seconds after it happened.
Listen, and they were
Jeez.
blaming Beyonce. It was John the whole time.
John, man, trigger
I
finger.
don't know if John did he must be doing all the Super Bowls. But anyway, I want to shout out to John.
Shout out
'cause
John.
Did you
I
plan?
love John.
Did you plan? My assumption is no. Did you have any
Because-
thought that you were going to give the finger,
Well,
or it just
I was
happened?
thinking about it. I was like, did John miss it on purpose or not? Like, did he just really miss it because he just missed it because he didn't see it? Or did he miss it because he was just cool and didn't think it was offensive?
No big deal.
Yeah.
Or third level, anti-UK, just kind of some sort of weird hate crime against the United Kingdom, and he was trying to make you fail.
I'm going for the option that he's got a teenage daughter and didn't think it was offensive.
That bad.
Yeah, I think, he's like product of the 60s where shit was cool.
He was
and
like, whatever.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, fingers, offense, whatever.
But you didn't
all
think
good,
about it
man.
beforehand, right?
Please.
It was just in the zone. You were in the zone, and it happened, right?
Hey.
You're not even allowed
I'm
to speak
still
on that. I
in
forgot.
court.
That's probably the
I can't
biggest
give
deal.
any
I just asked
definite-
like the whole
No.
trial question.
Exactly.
I'm like,
And
you
you
can just
know
answer
what?
that right now, right?
If the Super Bowl
clear
gives
up.
me 1.5 million, I will gladly answer that question.
Okay.
So, yes.
Fair enough.
Anyway, in
What's
fact,
the-
anyone who wants to know the truth, pay off the lawsuit. And
What's
then
the
I'll
lawsuit
tell
though?
them
Like with the FCC or like who's mad at you?
the truth. Well,
The government?
it's FCC going after NBC, NBC going after NFL.
Oh.
And
NFL goes
going
after you.
after M.I.A.
Oh, this domino
No,
effect.
M.I.A. Poor little M.I.A. All these letters are so
a lot of
powerful.
letters.
And then M.I.A. is this little cute girl artist, and they're attacking her. The NFL of all people.
FCC, NBC, NFL, M.I.A.
That's so tight, though.
Yeah, in NYC.
IDK.
Here I am.
IDK, you know,
HOT.
LMAO.
97.
It's too much.
Wow.
I want to ask you one more old question.
Yeah.
So Paper Planes was one of the best songs ever. One of the most awesome, popular songs that I never got sick of. Even though there were some bad remixes to it, but I still really always enjoyed yours. Not your fault. Random rappers jumping on it. Got a little loose. Got a little
She's like,
loose.
yeah,
It was a nice way to meet everyone. You know? It's nice.
What? Can you just tell me what you're saying? Because like I generally know words pretty well, and in your case, all I hear is lots of
Bloody
edits.
hell, I repeat it.
No, but it's just.
5 times in the song.
Ciph, do you know what she says?
You know?
I don't know words to anything though.
I
So you
knew
know that.
you were going to ask me this,
Why?
which is why I said everything twice on that track, and people still criticize me. They go, "Why did you say
Ding, ding,
lyrics
ding.
twice?"
Take your money. I'm like, it's just a bunch of edits.
Ding, ding, ding happens 3 times. In case you missed it the first time, happens 3 times. But all the verses happen twice.
But listen, if I don't understand, imagine how many other people don't understand. I'm relatively knowledgeable.
It's really cool because when my team applies for a visa, it's nice because all the visa people now really know the song, and they play it, and then they go, "Oh, what do you say? I get a visa done in a day if you wait." And then they go, "Cool, I can do that for you." And then they like deliver visas in a day now because I've
Nice.
sung about it. Yeah,
That's
so
a good
it's
perk.
working.
Oh, you said it in the song. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
So what is it? Or is it too lame to even say out loud, and I just have to be the old loser who doesn't understand it for the rest of my life?
Should you
I
translate
can't
for him?
break down my song like that.
Because you have
It's
no
not-
idea. You have no idea. I just look like.
But
the
I
I
don't
dork.
want
fly
any-
like paper, fly like paper, get
Okay.
high like planes.
Perfect. I get that part.
Yeah,
I fly like and I get high like. That makes sense.
yeah. And then I can't remember the rest. It's too early. What is it? I fly like paper, get high like planes. Catch me at the border. I got visas in my name.
I got visas in my name. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm with you so far.
All right. What is it? What is it? I fly like. I have to hear the
Fly
beat.
like
to
paper,
Let me
the
pull it
get
up.
high
lyrics to
like
come.
planes.
Catch
Catch
me
me
at the
at the
border.
border,
I got
I
the
got
visas
visas
in my name.
And
If you
it,
come around here, I make more day. I get one done in a second if you wait.
and then what about the boom, 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 and take your money?
Well, the whole thing, at the time I was living in this area in Bermondsey in London, it's sort of like put together. It was made in Brooklyn, but the lyrics was inspired by this place, Nigerian sort of photocopy shop next to my house where I lived. And I swear they used to make visas there, like just photocopy them and just like
Yeah,
make
that's
them
what.
on the spot.
That's some Nigerian London
That's
shit
some
right there.
Nigerian
Yeah.
London stuff,
A lot
you know.
of
And I used to
checks
go
and visas and
there.
all that.
Yeah, I used to go there to like, you know, because I didn't have a computer and I didn't have like, it must have been just before, you know, I had anything actually. I was a bit broke. So anyway, I used to go there and like do all my photocopy and get on the internet and stuff. So I just got into the Nigerian visa game a bit, you know. And so
What an
yeah,
interesting hobby to get
I
involved
know.
in.
Hey,
yeah,
I'm here,
so then
might as
I just sort of like always remembered it, and it's always been in my head. And then when we were making the song, it sort of came together. It felt the same actually. Where I lived in Bedford and Hornsey at the time, in Bedside, that zone really reminded me of the zone in London. Where I
Yeah,
lived.
I
And
can see that.
They both came together and made like this global African song.
And then little white girls during their prom or some kind of sweet 16 just shoot in the sky all day long.
That's how music works, isn't it?
That is how
You
it
can't be precious about, you know, once you've written it and then it goes out there, it's
in the
what
world.
it is. Yeah, it has its own
Did you
thing.
bug out when you saw the movie and it like had this huge transitional part of the movie was your song? What movie was it?
Oh, Slumdog Millionaire.
Slumdog. Yeah.
Yeah, I did actually, because we had to shoot the video on the fly, so we had like 6 hours to like fit that in and shoot a video. And so in my mind, I was like, you know, this video is going to be in like this epic thing, and it's going to be in sweatshops, and it's going to have like 50,000, people making shoes, and it's always really epic. But then it boils down to like you in front of a building. That's kind of how music videos work. And so when I saw that, I was like, wow, that's like a music video I couldn't afford to make.
The way it appears in the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty hot.
That makes sense.
Pretty cool. What about your collection with Versace?
Versace.
Shabang. It's like, yeah, it just happened, didn't it?
Like, but how does that just happen? That's like you and Versace.
I
That doesn't
love
just
her life.
happen.
Her life is just happens.
She was like, yeah, it just happened.
Well, I don't know, actually. I think Donatella invited me to a show, and then she asked me, and then I was like, oh, yeah, I have like, I know exactly what I do, because it at that point, before it became so, I don't know, Versace had like such a good connection to like 90s hip hop, at the time. It was like the best era of it. And it was like when I was sort of in the clubs a lot, and I always sing about it. But it, since then, I feel like it sort of got taken out of the streets and went high end again. And, and I was a bit bored by that. So when she asked me, it was cool. I was like, yeah, I want to like attach it back to the streets,
Right.
And because we started this collaboration a while ago, like a year and a half ago, like before Versace.
Yeah.
And so it was nice that, I wasn't just wearing it, and that I was able to like actually bring some into it. And
So are they going to be like more affordable pieces?
all right, so
Maybe not.
This is a bit of an issue, because my fans keep tweeting me going, "We hate you, like we can't afford this." But I want to tell them that my whole like concept of the Versace collection was about me collecting all the bootlegs around the world, right? Over the past 20 years, I've had so more bootleg Versace than real Versace. And some of the bootleg stuff is actually better than the real Versace, which I'm
Better
sure I'm going to get an
quality?
email right now.
Design.
Please
You
don't.
mean design-wise
Cut,
or
edit, huh?
design-wise or quality-wise?
Just both, like I think the quality in the bootleg world is catching up,
Yeah, the bootleg, it's made in the same place. They just jack it and don't put the tag on it.
Exactly.
It's
So-
like it's made in the same place.
Well, it's interesting because then I had all this bootleg stuff that I took to Versace, but a lot of it got edited out because it was too
Where
good.
you brought the bootleg pieces that you owned to Versace to make a line based on the bootlegs.
Yeah.
That's fucking genius.
That's pretty
So
tough.
What,
I
did,
was
what
like-
did they say to you? Like,
They were like, this is too good. We can't make it. We can't afford to reproduce this bootleg.
it's too good.
Yes. So I took like a $20 t-shirt, which I got in like New Jersey, and I was like, this is a really amazing Versace ripoff. You should rip this off, right?
You should rip off the rip off.
Rip it off back.
They were like,
Crazy.
no, this is too good. Like, we would not be able to afford this, because obviously they produce this in like, China or something, and Versace makes their clothes in Italy. So the cost of it is like 10 times higher anyway. So that was like a really interesting journey, not being able to rip off the rip-offs.
That's crazy.
Like,
Wow, that is bizarre.
That's a great story.
it is crazy. But now, hopefully I'm going to work it out. I'm going to go and find the Chinese factory and make it a Matangi merch thing, because I did take it to Versace and they were like, we can't do this. But
Wow.
yeah.
How was your big
cool.
How was your big Indian New Year celebration at the YouTube Awards?
Whoa, I'm still recovering.
Did you get wasted?
No, I didn't actually.
No drinking.
I mean, afterwards, yeah, we had to celebrate. I had the French division on my team. So it was Roman Gavraz who made the Bad Girls video. He was helping me and Fafi, who's
I love Fafi.
Oh, Fafi.
yeah, who, and
Do you know who Fafi is?
The artist Faffy, right?
Yes, DJ
Oh.
Mehdi.
That Faffy. No, it's a
Then
different
she does
Faffy.
all the cartoon cute little
Yeah, she does
girls.
all
I know who it is. I wonder if he knows.
Yeah.
No, I went to school with a Faffy.
We'll leave him out of this
Faffy
one.
Mitchell. This isn't Faffy
No,
Mitchell.
It's Faffy
no.
From Maryland?
No.
Oh, no, forget it. I thought it was my friend Faffy. Go Faffy.
Sorry.
So what do you mean a division? Like, it was like a battle? I don't understand. What happens
no,
to the celebration?
It was just that everyone that was on my team was kind of, my production team was French, so there was a little bit of like, communication thing, so we were just definitely like leaving it up to literally the air. But it was cool. It was like, my video started off in the air and then I had to float down with the Manhattan skyline behind me. So it was the only one that sort of referenced where we were and stuff. So,
Ciph, you might be able to answer this too, but I suppose a lot of time M.I.A. since she's here. Indians who are they're like the UK and India has like obviously there's a big.
But are you Indian?
I'm
You're
Sri Lankan.
right?
You're Sri Lankan, so I don't even know where that fits
Close.
in. This is close, but so why were
it's
you?
more islandy. Sri
Yeah.
Lanka's more like,
It's like the Jamaica of India.
Yes.
But India and Jamaica have some. This is so confusing. But so what was your association with the Indian celebration, or just that you performed for it and it was part of a thing?
Well, Tamils, I'm a Tamil, and there's Tamils in Sri Lanka, but then there was a massive war, which is kind of all the shit that happened with all my other albums. But the Tamils, there's loads of Tamils. The Hinduism and Tamils kind of come from India.
So there's still a lot of ties culturally
Yeah, I mean,
between
it's
Sri
only
Lanka
like
and India.
18 miles away or something. The tip of like where the Tamils are in Sri Lanka and the bottom tip
And what
of
are Sri
India.
Lankans? They're not Hindu?
No, the
Yeah.
Sinhalese, they're Buddhist, and
okay.
they have a different language and a different thing. And so we're sort
So
of
your
more connected to the
Background
South
is
Indians.
Indian
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah.
So you're
But what do you
you're
take
from
the
Sri
most allegiance in? What place?
Brooklyn.
I think I'm British,
The most,
That's-
right?
Yeah, I think I keep going back there. That still feels like home.
Like for example, if there was
I mean, I have a child. He's like half American. His dad is from New York. But like, I think me personally,
he a
I've
rapper?
spent a lot of time.
he's not a rapper.
He's not a rapper.
He's not a rapper, but he does make up songs all the time.
But if there's a World Cup, if there's a British World Cup match on, would that like trump would your attention instantly go to that more than like
The NFL.
well, certainly the NFL, although these days you have a different relationship with them, but
Yes.
or like a Sri Lankan things happen. You think like the British thing would grab you the most naturally?
Don't put her in a box, man.
Like, I don't
that's
want to box you
weird.
in.
It's a
Sorry,
weird
I'm not trying to
question.
box you
In a
in.
box.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. The concept to this album is that is what it is. It's like, it's really hard to define myself by borders and citizenship and my passport. Like those things are useful to pay taxes and to like, get your driving license or whatever the thing is. But really, as a person, it doesn't feature into who I am and how I live. It hasn't for the longest time. But I think more and more people are like me, and that's
You mean
I'm here
Borderless?
to find. Yeah, because everyone, even New York. I mean, really, it is built out of like immigrants and
Okay, but I feel like it'd be
America, as a whole.
Yeah.
All the Caribbeans I know, they just like mixture of.
But some
100
people
different-
want to be in a box. You know that. Like some people.
Yeah, but those things
wanna
are
go-
helpful because it's just good when you're filling out forms. It's good for bureaucracy, but like,
Paperwork.
Paper
It
planes.
is. It makes paperwork simple. It doesn't really make. It's cool to be a part of something, but then you could be a part of lots of different things.
Yeah.
I would still go to like a Jamaican Independence Day bash, and then go to an Indian Diwali thing, and still go and celebrate, Christmas. Like
Do it all.
I go where the party is.
she's like the anti-you Ciph.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is the anti.
You skip all the
I
holidays.
skip
She's going to
that.
all of them.
She goes to
Yeah.
all of them.
No,
I think I like
you
her
know
It's a
what I'm
holiday
saying?
every
Way
day
better.
somewhere.
I'm partying for all kinds of reasons,
You have a
Celebrates
football team?
everybody. I dig it.
Are you a
Well,
gunner?
like English
Yeah.
football team. Well, it have to be like Arsenal.
Oh
I
yes.
think that is.
Ciph, you don't.
Gunners for life.
Yeah, it's true. that's
So,
stuff
Arsenal.
from
so you know
school
nothing
days.
about American sports.
I watched Arsenal.
but you have a strong allegiance to Arsenal.
Yes, I
Because
love
of
it.
who?
I don't even know what Arsenal is.
It's an
a football
English
team.
football team.
Oh, okay.
So who gave you that allegiance?
Northside, baby, Tottenham. You know where we at. Holla at me.
Who'd you copy this from? This
Huh?
came from somewhere. Who
I like
was
it.
You
I
like it?
Yeah, I'm not into sports at
So
all.
it
That's
doesn't-
why he's shocked.
All right.
But I like Arsenal.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's like hood. They grimy.
I can't wait to see what people comment about your thoughts on
North
Arsenal.
London.
I don't care.
Hold on. So am
I'm a gunner for life.
I feel like I'd be a dishonest douche if I didn't ask. Like, I think one of the most interesting things about you when you're saying things about like not being borders, not defining yourself as one thing, is that like I don't know everything there is to know about you by any means, but I feel like one of the things that makes you fascinating is that you're from this background of like total rebellion that people know about. And your family is like semi-controversial in that sense, but then you also married into like one of the richest families on planet Earth, and people thought that dichotomy was incredibly, and I'm not saying inauthentic at all, but I was just like, well, that's the most random shit in the world. So
Well, Matangi is about the world, and it's about knowing the extremes of the world. It is, you know.
you know the extremes of the world.
I do. I know the sticks, and I know the bricks, and I know the, you know, the skyscrapers now, because
Yeah.
the Seagram family owned one of the earliest skyscrapers in New York or whatever. So I feel like I can talk about all those things from a personal position. Like you can't, you know, you have to work out this album is about like, you know, unifying loads of concepts and working out how they all sit together like a jigsaw puzzle. And in order to do that, you have to spend time in each thing and know it from the inside.
But you have a pretty rare perspective of the level to which you've seen everything. And like you seem from being around you for 5 minutes, like you'd be really comfortable in the most regular of settings.
I am. That's what Hit Boy's manager calls me, Team Normal. She calls me Team Regular.
Oh, I know who you're speaking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you do seem mad normal for someone who's seen really crazy shit.
and says crazy shit.
Yeah, and it said really crazy shit.
It's true. It's true. I can't help it. Well, that's the thing. It's like most people are normal, aren't they?
Yeah, most.
Yeah.
You're just like a foul-mouthed British chick.
I'm not even foul mouthed.
You've only cursed. You barely cursed today.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
No, but
I
you
do
haven't.
do
You've
that.
been pretty good.
Okay,
Yeah, spice it
you're
up a
right.
little.
You're right. You know, I do. I mean, I was given some yesterday at the YouTube Awards.
What do you mean for
Behind
saying
what do you mean?
talking shit?
So my camera, is my camera? You know, that kind of stuff. Get me a 3D.
Well, it's funny. I what I love about British stuff generally that fascinates me is that British stuff is considered so like it's classier, I think, than
Proper.
ours, more proper. Yet the humor and dialect from the average funny British person you meet is so fucking crude and ridiculously over the top. Like there's humor that you guys get away with in the UK that we could never joke about. Like in terms of death, people like just like
Yeah.
the places that comedians will go in the UK is totally way further than we ever. We're kind of prude, honestly, compared to a lot of British stuff.
It is more gritty. It's more gritty. Yeah.
I don't know why we're so soft.
I learned that really young watching Absolutely Fabulous. Did you ever watch that? Ab Fab?
Yes.
Yeah, I used to love that show. It was so foul.
Like compared to here, like
Yeah,
Ab Fab was
I
like
feel
kind
like,
of crazy
what?
humor for
Yeah.
here. People were like, "Oh wow."
I wonder why. It's because you have like the FCC and
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It all comes full
and it
circle.
comes back. Yeah.
And of course, it was
You have a lot of censorship here.
yeah,
a
like
lot.
but that's a funny thing I didn't even think about. You come from a place where like literally the stuff that is said on TV on regular interview shows, it would never get
It's
said
the
here.
religious element, I think.
It's our weird religious shit.
Yeah, and then you got Germans like my cousin there. She's German, and they're constantly like naked on TV.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
Like-
part of Europe TV, forget it.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like the
Definitely
Europeans are
catch
way
some
worse.
random topless shit.
Oh yeah, Nadia's German
Yeah.
too. We got two Germans.
yeah,
in
what's
the
up with you
house.
guys and all the titties on TV? What are you guys doing over there? Look, it doesn't. It's so funny though. It doesn't go with what, because then the stereotype. If you were to make fun of a German, you'd be like, "I am German," blah blah blah. No, totally loose craziness in Germany, and UK. You guys sound like you're so proper, but really not.
They get it in.
Yeah, we get it in.
How's
do.
food in the UK? I've never really been there, and I feel
Okay,
like
everybody complains.
yeah, everyone says the food sucks.
Especially the whole of the hip hop world. complains.
Well, I don't know why.
about
They're going
the
to the
food
wrong places.
in England.
Yeah, he
What do
just
they
got
complain
he just
about?
got back from London and he was telling me about these amazing places he ate at. He had a great time.
Yeah, I think it's changing. I do understand the pain. You know, it was pretty bad 10 years
Well,
ago.
why, I mean, what if you go into an English restaurant? Yeah, the English are not known for food.
Because the
I wouldn't
portions
go.
are really small, they're really stingy. But I think that's generally because people are smaller,
Yes.
so they just like eat smaller
It's
amount
not
of
there's
food.
New York and London. I mean, I don't know about England. I know about London. It's the same as New York. Like any type of food you want, you could get.
But you're very satisfied
Yes.
if you just go to Nando's the whole weekend and
Oh,
you feel like
Nando's
you had a
was
great
poppin'.
weekend.
Yes, I'm
Nando's was
satisfied when I go to
poppin'.
Nando's all day long. That's
My
yes.
boy was like, "Yo, Americans love Nando's." I'm like, "It's
In fact,
delicious."
that is clearly when
You should
the
go
whole
down
food
there.
thing, game changed in England. Is when Nando's opened
Yeah,
up.
I can see
then,
that.
Then there was a massive change, and actually, like kids had something to eat. Before that, we had chicken and chips, but it'd be like
Very bland.
the worst kind. It's like
But Nando's is like, sorry, we're gonna have a Nando's discussion.
No, we should.
Nando's is Portuguese.
It is Portuguese.
but South African. It's South
I think
African
originally South
only?
African.
yeah, Chile. This is another thing about India is that Chile was brought to India by the Portuguese from Africa.
Hold on. Chile
Yeah.
was brought to India by the Portuguese?
Yeah.
Well, let me
by
just say
Africa.
this. Thank you, Portugal.
Thank you.
Obrigado. Delicious.
Yeah, isn't that weird? And like the whole Indian thing is like based on like hot curries and stuff like that.
Oh, I got another
That
big
is
issue to say.
weird.
And M.I.A., you're someone who's known for taking up major causes. Have you heard about what's happening with this with the chili sauce? What's it called? Chichara? What's that sauce called?
I don't know.
You know the famous sauce with
Sriracha.
the sriracha.
Sriracha.
Yeah.
Sriracha. Have you heard?
What's going on with
happening?
sriracha?
They deaded sriracha.
What is
What?
sriracha?
Out of business. It's this
Why?
delicious chili sauce that people use on everything.
Why did they do that?
I don't
Oh,
know.
you know what? I bet you somebody bought it out.
But they're killing it. Supposedly it's going to go away. I have it on like
Can
4
you
meals a week.
ask your husband to rebuy it and put it
No,
back out?
I think he bought it. That's why.
Oh, God damn it. Damn it.
Anyway, he's not my husband. All right?
Oh,
we,
sorry.
We split up. We're not together.
Oh,
But
Oh,
we
no
share
more?
a child.
were you married?
Okay. No, we were engaged.
Oh, I thought you were married.
But he loves sriracha, and I think he bought it.
So that you can't get
Ben,
any.
put it back.
Was it just to spite
Sell
you?
it. Yeah, I
He
think
was like,
so.
she loves it. No more sriracha for anyone.
That was the hardest thing. Is how I really like this. Okay, I'll buy the company, and then it's gone.
You
So,
were
yeah.
almost like a pseudo in-laws with my friend, with my good buddy Asher Roth,
Oh yeah.
right? You guys were like, he was dating your ex's
Yes.
Almost
Yeah.
sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, just a random reference.
Oh, so I thought you were. So you're not married?
You're well going
No.
in there into my personal life.
Yeah, you like
Yeah,
that?
who's your boo boo now?
Matangi's back.
Matangi's your boo boo.
Matangi's her boo-boo.
Do you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend? I don't know.
Siph,
what
Siph,
it is. I don't-
Siph, hold on.
Ask her?
Siph, don't
Siph.
hit on
I'm
him.
not hitting on her. I'm asking her if she has a
I
boyfriend.
know you love chicks of her complexion.
I have a
She's
man.
British.
You have a man.
Yes,
Okay.
I don't like to say boyfriend.
Who is he?
It sounds too immature for me.
Who is he and could I take him in?
Yeah, I was about to say, are you going to say, can I beat him? Is that what you're going to say next?
No, I'm wondering. I don't know if she talks about it or not.
No.
You don't talk about it?
No.
All right.
I
Leave it at
keep it.
that.
I like this M.I.A. character. And
Karen, you know who her man is? Talking to the label rep. No? All
gotta
right.
find, you know what? Do you want me to take a minute? You go talk to the German cousins and stuff? See if you can scoop
Nah, she looks,
scoop some info?
Interrogate a couple
she
people.
looks like she don't snitch over there.
She
looks like she don't
doesn't.
snitch.
She's
like,
my ride or die chick, and so is she. We don't snitch.
You don't snitch.
Yeah.
All right, well, good
What
luck.
else is on? What else? Do you have any collaborations on your album? Or is it all you?
It is. It was a difficult one because it was conceptual and it was sort of based on Matangi and the importance of music. And there was too many things to include. If you were going to collaborate, you would have to collaborate with loads of important things, or you don't do anything. So
Right.
it was too hard to combine a lot of it. But I think that's kind of why the album to me sort of like nods to important things, and it's more like it's my version of like a tribute album to music, and it has influences of things that inspired me and things that I respect, people, artists, blah, blah, blah. And it's there, but it doesn't literally have someone on there.
Got you.
It was too much.
Is it
couldn't make
you'll
my
hear
mind
a
up.
song and you'll be like, oh, this is definitely influenced by
Yeah.
a certain type of artist or a certain artist.
Yeah, and like obviously there's a song on there called Sexodus, which is very like weekend driven, and
Weekend as in the artist weekend?
yeah, and then I saw.
So it's going to put us to sleep. It's going to take, we're
It's
gonna
a
take
nap
a nap
song.
when we listen
It's
to
your,
it.
let's your lay down and get a mat.
They always joke that the weekend puts them to sleep.
Not necessarily in a bad way. It's not necessarily a diss. It's just like
But
relaxing
like that, it
vibes.
makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside.
It's like
you want to snuggle out.
He's like the good musical version of one of those sound effects machines that plays waves crashing.
It's so smooth.
Wow.
That sounds like more of an insult than it is. I don't mean it that way.
Yeah, that wasn't a good way to put it.
I'm like,
Well, we'll know. You know, we'll know because I feel like the weekend probably. I think it's gonna inspire a whole generation of babies being born.
that is
Oh, yeah,
definitely
definitely.
possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll know that in a minute.
Yeah, you'll
Well, a
definitely
minute.
let it
In a
know.
minute, you don't mean a literal minute. You mean like 18 years.
Yeah, 18 years. We'll find out if there was like a little peak in the population. Then I'd put that down to a weekend.